Hello and welcome to Take 5 for Houston Real Estate. Buying, selling, renting, and financing tips from the pros. Hey, Robin, how are you?
I'm good. How are you, Owen?
Good. Thanks for joining me on another episode of Take 5 for Houston Real Estate. Today, I have an old friend of mine, Robin Kitzxmiller. We were in the mortgage business together in the 90s, and then she has transitioned her way to being a realtor. So why don't you kind of catch us up what you're doing now and all the interesting things that you do beyond being a realtor?
All right. Well, thank you so much, Owen, for having me.
Sure.
Yes, I am a realtor with Remax The Woodlands in Spring. I've had my license for over 18 years, and I also am an instructor with Champion School of Real Estate.
All right.
I teach classes for people who want to become a realtor, but also I teach continuing education to existing realtors.
Mm-hmm.
I teach about social media, marketing, and really just how to be a better realtor.
Yeah. And how long have you been teaching there?
I've been teaching for over 13 years, and
Good for
I
you.
really believe that this helps me, keeps me on the forefront of real estate since I have to be up on all the changes and,
Yeah.
know the forms backwards and forwards.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's an interesting topic. So, how many hours or classes does a person have to take to get their license initially, and how many hours per year is required to keep your license?
Yeah, so we have to have 180 hours of classes just to of the education just to get our real estate license. Then we
Wow.
have to take a huge test, a national and state test.
Right.
And then after that, there's 90 hours of continuing education. So we have to have continuing education every 2 years. And
Wow.
it really, is good for us so that we are, knowledgeable about what's going on and what any of the changes have going on.
Right. Right. And you and I've seen them, but if anybody has not seen a real estate contract in Texas, it's a machine. It's quite a document. So,
Yes, it is. Yes,
yeah,
it is.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, cool. So, and you're in the Woodlands, right?
Yes, I'm in the Woodlands. I work, anywhere from, you know, all of the north side of Houston, all the way up to Huntsville.
Hmm. And mostly buyers or sellers or both or
Oh, I do both.
yeah.
I love buyers. I love sellers. I work a lot with investors.
Hmm.
So yeah, I work the gamut of real estate.
Yeah. Cool. So, what is a tip that you would have for a buyer or a seller? Something that you think is that anybody needs to know before they get too far down the road with buying or selling a home?
I think it's so important that a consumer work with a knowledgeable realtor. With either buying or selling, it doesn't matter. But there's so many different reasons for working with a knowledgeable realtor.
Right.
We first and foremost, we're the experts. When it comes to the forms and the reports, and disclosures, we do this every day.
Right.
And so it's important that we understand what we're having people sign. And second, we know a lot of people.
Hmm.
Of course, if anyone needs a loan officer, you of course are going to call Owen. But like if you need a plumber or a painter or a real estate attorney or an inspector, I have a list of those people. And
Right.
these aren't people just that I've Googled. These are actually people who my past clients have used or I have used and I recommend.
Right. Yeah, the realtor is kind of the hub on the wheel of a transaction.
Absolutely.
You kind of directing the show. Um, well, you had once mentioned to me about your experience with some realtors not having that level of education and the downsides of that. Is that uh, something you could share with us here?
Yeah. So, if you don't have a knowledgeable realtor, it really can, hurt in the transaction. And sometimes the transaction doesn't go smoothly. And so that's why it's very important that you use someone that is knowledgeable, that has been in the business, that has done a lot of transactions.
Hmm.
It's very important. This is the largest financial transaction that people do. And when they buy and sell a home. And so you really need to have an expert working with you.
Yeah, I agree 100%. Well, any other tips or thoughts? Can you give me like an update on I don't know, how is the market in the Woodlands this summer and fall?
The market's been pretty good. We are still, selling a lot of homes. We still have a lot of buyers out there. There's a lot
Hmm.
going on in this area. New corporations moving in. We had Oxy has bought Anadarko, which is going to be huge. They're moving their headquarters here. So there's going to
Hmm.
be a lot of, people moving into this area. And so I really think that North Houston area is really going to benefit from a lot of that.
Yeah. Cool. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to be on with us today, and look forward to speaking with you again.
Thank you so much for having me.
All right. Thanks, Robin. Have a good one.
Bye.